If you're looking for second income and you have no skills, you have no idea what to do, and you're overwhelmed with how much information there is out there about second incomes, I'm going to show you in this video. Just give me a few minutes why self-publishing is worth a shot and you don't need any skill to do it now. My name's Jase Perry. I show busy professionals how to create a second income from self-publishing. Subscribe if you want to see more videos about that. Okay, before I get into this, let me just show you one of my students here, Ryan. He's got a full-time job. He's got several things going actually last time I spoke to him. So he's doing this in just a few hours a week, I believe. Spare time. He's doing self-publishing. He just sold 411 books last month. They're about $6-7 profit on each book. Let's just say $6.50. So he's making around $2,000 profit. Royalties on those books. He's obviously got ad spend, but I believe he's above $1,000 a month. Okay, second income, side hustle. So what's great about what Ryan's doing is requires no skill. Let me just show you. So if you imagine Amazon.com, let me just talk to you for a second. Amazon.com, if you don't know, sells loads of books. Okay, sells about 5 million a day. It's ridiculous. So you only need a tiny amount of that to make money. Now most of you guys watching me don't have a second income, fair enough, and an extra $500 to $1,000 coming in can make a big difference. And we're talking about passive incomes, because with Amazon, once you set it up, they deal with it. This is why self-publishing is worth a shot if you're busy, because you do all the work up front to create the book, which is very easy with AI, I'll show you in a second, and then Amazon deal with everything else. So you just collect royalties at that point. Okay, now in terms of actually creating a book, very, very simple. Okay, I'm just going to show you now one that I've just been messing around with in ChatGPT. You only need ChatGPT. It's getting ridiculously easy. So here I just said, create me 10 titles for a sports trivia book. And that is interesting for men. And I'll tell you why I've done all this in a second. But just think of this as the practical, tactical bit. This is what you do to create a book. It gives you a bunch of titles. Then I said I'll pick this title. I just picked one title that I thought was good, and create me a cover. Design 2:3 ratio. It's creating me a cover, and then asked it to create me a few more covers so I can look at which one's the best one. And that's the cover for your book, done in literally seconds. There, and then I said create me 50 trivia for the first chapter, and it done me the first chapter, and then you just repeat the process. Okay, then you put the book together in Canva, and that's your book done. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've just piled this onto you now, and if you've never heard of this, you might be thinking, okay, that sounds too easy. What's the catch? Right, the creating a book part. Sorry, let me just move this way to see the light shining behind me. The creating a book part is the easy bit now. It never used to be. That was part of the skill. Creating a good cover would sell your book, but now AI has just leveled the playing field. Anyone could do a good cover. That's the easy bit now. So all you have to do is be able to create the book easily. So you could do that with no skill. Literally what I just showed you there, just ChatGPT. That's the good news. Now, the catch is, because everyone can do it, not a lot of people can sell books. Everyone can create books. Not a lot of people can sell books because they don't know the skill of selling books. And that's what I predominantly teach my students. All right. So if you're thinking about how do you actually sell a book, 3 things we want to look at. Okay. I didn't give this title. Let's just call it sellable book. Nice and boring, simple. All right. 3 things you want to think about when you're deciding what book to do. Now, I just showed the sports trivia book. Sports trivia for men book is actually a good niche to jump in if you want to try that out. Very easy to do. But the first thing you want to do, First thing we want to do is check for demand. So this is demand. Demand, very, very simple. You want to see if there are other books selling that you're going to do. So in that sports trivia book that I did, I would look on Amazon if there are other sports trivia books selling. And the closer it is to the book you want to do, the better. Like, for example, if I was going to create a sports trivia book for men who are new dads, very, very specific, and I searched on Amazon for that, and there are books selling, like sports trivia for men who are new dads. There are literally books just like that selling. that tells me that people want those books. So therefore, that has demand. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to check. Now, this sounds blatantly obvious now, I've said it to you, but there are so many people that try this, self-publishing, that don't do that. So just by doing that, you already increase the chances of making sales. Because if you think about it like this, just say a sports trivia book for men who are new dads is selling really, really well, okay? And there's a shitload of people buying it. Just say there's freaking 10,000 dads buying books like that every single month. But there's only 5 books there. If I put my book amongst those 5, even if the book's crap, there's a chance it will sell, right? Because there's loads of people want to buy it, okay? See what I mean? Whereas if I did, say, a sports trivia for women who are new mums book, because I just wanted to do it, and I made the book amazing, like amazing inside and out, and I spent weeks on it, but there's barely anyone buying the book or no one buying the books, I could put the most amazing book there, and because there's no demand, no one will buy it. Now, this sounds stupidly obvious, but most self-publishers, most people that do this, get this bit wrong. So make sure you're looking for demand. It's better to go where there's loads of demand and just get better at creating books there, because even if you've got an okay book, if it's got a decent title and there's loads of people buying these types of books, you've got a chance of making sales. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing, this one's very, very important too, especially if you're busy professional, you're busy, you want to do this as a second income, you've got a job, a full-time job, you've got a full-time business. This needs to be done fast. So only choose books that you can do fast. Now, Ryan there, the guy that I showed you, this guy that made 400, I think he makes about 400 or 500 book sales a month now. He's doing books fast using AI. This is very important because if you're working, you need to get the job done and completed. Now, there's a difference between just working and actually completing tasks. Very important to complete tasks, because let me just show you a little graphic here. Just imagine this is you here now, and your momentum and your energy for this goes up for whatever reason. You've seen this video, or maybe you've done a bit of research on self-publishing. Let's talk about self-publishing, and you see that you can actually do it. You don't need any skills. You can do it. You've got everything you need to start today. Okay, so you're fired up. That's your momentum. Goes up here. Now, we all know, because we've all tried different incomes and we've failed in loads, I have as well, that if you don't complete stuff, if you don't make money, this drops down and you're back here again. Then you've got to build up that momentum again. It's very hard to do in the same thing because we all get bored. It's very interesting to you if you're just starting at this now, if you just learned some new knowledge. Very, very interesting to start with. So we have to use that. So what we do is straight away publish a book quick. Okay? Because even if you're not making money and your momentum starts dropping, just because you actually published it and you know that there's a chance that that book can eventually sell, you know there's a chance to actually make money, this will keep you going for the next book and the next book and the next book. And if you keep that momentum going just on the basis that you're completing every single task and you're publishing books and there's a chance that book can sell, this can just keep going. And guess what? If you just keep that going and nothing else, don't even need to be doing good books, guess what? You have a very high chance of making money just because you're in it, just because you're turning up, just because you're doing something. You're actually finishing a job and you'll have an asset online that can make you money just because you keep doing it over and over again. The odds stack in your favor, and before you know it, you start making money, okay? And that only comes when you work fast, because if you work slow, you might not even complete the book, like a lot of people do that do this, and then they lose momentum, and then it takes them ages to get back into it, and then they come back into it, they've got to complete the book that they just was doing months ago, and it's boring and it's uninteresting, and before you know it, they quit, okay? So it has to be a book that you can complete fast, okay? And the last thing, one second. Okay, just check my notes. I forgot what the last one was. The last one is money, like price. Make sure the books are priced $12 plus. Right, that means no color books that are below $10, no notebooks that are below $10. Just look around on Amazon, you'll see a lot of books $12 plus. The higher it is, the better it is. Just gives you more profit. Okay, you need more profit, and it's very difficult to stay in this game when you're creating books that are $9, $8, and you're only getting like $1 profit every single sale. If you're going for $12, $15, $16, you're getting like $6, $7 profit. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but believe me, should I say, when you have these books selling, and remember Amazon are taking care of it, every one of those $6 that comes in, it's like you've done the work ages ago, and that money keeps coming in. And you know, if you've got $6, $7 coming in as opposed to $1, $2 at a time, it's a lot better, right? Obvious stuff, but again, most people, they're not even looking at the price. So just to summarize now, be very strict on this criteria, because we want this spot in the middle here. We want a book with demand. We want a book that you can create fast. We want a book that you get high profit on. And if you're very strict about that criteria, when you start this, you will be creating a book that, a type of book that you can keep creating, that there's a lot of people that want to buy it, and they're buying it for a high profit. Okay, so stick to this criteria, and you can't go far wrong. If you want my step-by-step program on how to actually create your first book, set up your Amazon account and create your first book today, I'll leave a link below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.